Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day this is for you. It's the morning, a little later, I think, for me. Welcome, it's me, Wing Beach Bay, Miss Jackie Clay, your friendly, freaky ass, sweet grass water medicine woman. Also, Christiana Carr, Chris Carr, superstar. All this beautiful divine being right here. Welcome, all you beautiful divine beings, right here too. 'Twas another rainy day in Peterborough. Is it raining where you are? How do you feel about the rain? I love the rain. Thunder and the lightning. Oh, I do. I've always loved the rain. I was with the kid out there playing in the puddles. Mom screaming out the kitchen window, "You're sick tomorrow, you're still going to school." I love playing in the puddles. It's warm rain here. Lived in BC for a while. All the rain. You don't get as much as the thunder and lightning, though. At least not when you're close to the ocean. That's apparently in the interior. BC, you see more of the lightning, thunder. But it rains. There's a cold rain. Here in Ontario, we get like a warm rain too. Sorry, cold November rain goes through my head. I was just telling somebody, I said, "Oh, the rain always makes me sad." I said, "Listen to the songs about the rain." And they said, "Well, what, like November Rain by Guns N' Roses?" No, that's kind of a sad one. How about singing in the rain? I'm singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. I'm happy again. How about that one? Who sings that one? Isn't there a dance that Fred Astaire does to that? Oh, I see that one in the guy in the black and white, the little fedora top out with his umbrella, swinging around the old-fashioned light poles, lamp posts. Beautiful. Singing in the rain. Or how about, "I love a rainy night, I love a rainy night, love to feel the rain on my face and taste the rain on my lips. In the moonlight shining. Oh, I love a rainy night. It's a beautiful sight. Oh, I love a rainy night. Makes me high. I love a rainy night. You know I do. I love a rainy night. And I love you too." Again. Artist name is slipping my head. But there you go. There's lots of happy songs about the rain. Right? So what is that? How do you feel about the rain? It's the cleansing. Earth really needs it, right? So what is it? Did something happen in your life with rain? Or is it just, because we couldn't go out and play? Remember this when we were kids? Rain, rain, go away, come again another day. Little ones want to go out and play. Rain, rain, go away, come again another day. Little ones want to play. Rain, rain, go away. I can't remember how that one went. But we need the rain, don't we? We need that cleansing. And we're looking back at our relationships. And right now, right, to help us with the ones we are in now. Relating. Relating is a verb, right? Not a noun. How do we relate to one another? How do we relate to our little inside? How do we relate to ourselves? Woo! Woo! Calling in all of our directions. All of our energies from the east, path of illumination and clarity, place of fire, place of man. Calling back all of our energies from the south, the waters, the emotions, the place of childhood, place of innocence. Calling back all of our energies from the west, the physical, the earth, the woman, place of introspection. Calling back all of our energies from the north, the air, the mental, the wisdom years. And we walk the red road, earth walk, south in childhood up to the north, okay? And we advance up to the north. It's not by the war. Warriors were peaceful. It was not about the fight. The fighting takes no skill, takes no intelligence, just to go and woof, 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 whatever. So let's look at that. Are we fighting within ourselves? That's the biggest war that we have. Man versus himself. Right? Human versus themselves. Let's look at that. That's how we advance. When we see that really it's within. Once we come together within, we won't be divided again. Well, unless we choose to be. But why would we choose to be when we see the peace that comes from unity? I don't know. Up above. We go from south to north, the red rock. Earth walk. Red road. Okay, and then we see that prayer is very powerful, and we pray for that peace. We pray to come together. We sit in that quiet, right? Because it's not about these long-winded prayers, go into the closet and worship me, or whatever, and say our prayers there. And it's not to announce, because look at how spiritual, how religious I am. Look at how much I pray. It's not about that, right? It's that peace within, because once we find that peace within, it's going to be spread around outside. Maybe. Hopefully. But we can't choose it for anybody else. We can keep living in our peace, though. We can choose that. Right? Blue Road of Spirit. Records and the knowing revealed. When we pray, then that can come to us. Help me. What is my purpose here? And we get quiet and allow that to be revealed to us. Because the more we go seeking it, the more we keep trying to grab it, the more it eludes us. Does it really? We need to sit still. It's already there. Our gifts are inside. They're not outside. Whew. Not outside until we find them and then we share them out. East to west, the Blue Road of Spirit, always with us. That's that unlimited vision. Going into that dream time, into that unlimited vision that we had. What was it that you had for yourself? The highest vision you had for your relationships, for your family, for whatever that is. But was having a vision for them or with them? Right? Unlimited vision of the movie of our lives, whatever, who plays those supporting roles or whatever, right? What is that for you? But as we cross that Blue Road of Spirit, that's when we'll see. We join back with that and we see that unlimited vision that Creator had for us all. Wow. Above, low, and within. Oh, spit all over the place. Excuse me. Spraying it. Gotta let it go. Say it, don't spray it. We want the news, not the weather. You ever heard that one? Say it, don't spray it. We want the news, not the weather. Well, you can't help it sometimes, right? You get excited. I read that too. Being excited is not peaceful, right? The body is not at peace and calm when it's excited. See, we can have, that's why we can label these things, stress or excitement, but it does the same things to the body. The thing that's different is the chemical or hormone or whatever that is that's being released. When we're stressed, and we're calling it stress, right? Muscles tighten up, heart beats faster, breathing quickens, right? We call that stress, releases cortisol. But if we're excited, we got all excited. The heart releases, things tighten up, right? Heart beats quicker, breath quickens. And we call that excitement, and then it releases, what is that? Endorphins called dopamine, maybe? Depending on it all starts in the brain. What do we call it? What are we labeling that as? Because it has basically the same effects on the body. You get the same sort of physical reactions to both, whether you call it stress or excitement. Ow. Oh, what is that for you? What do you think about that? What do you think about that? I love that one. Is that Anderson? John Anderson, country singer. What do you think about that? Gonna be myself all the time. I don't know those are the words to this song. What do you think about that? Ooh, ow. So, and with it, okay, and there we go. Dream and vision, wonder. Don't just sit and wonder, but certainly we got to start with that wonder. Wonder what it would be like, and then we dream it, we envision it, and then we wonder. Get out there. See what there is to see. Like that there. Hey, shall we leave it there? Float around behind the candle a little more here. Ah! That golden eagle. Dream, envision, wonder. Right? Sometimes we stay in those relationships that aren't healthy, that are toxic, because it's our family, blood's thicker than water, all that kind of stuff, where, we don't think that we're going to get that. We feel unworthy of anything else, so we don't leave that. We stay in these situations, and we maybe dream about something else. We sit there envisioning something else, and we start to feel more bitter that we're not there, because we sit in wonder and not wonder. Huh? I don't know. What is that saying to you? If we don't make that moves, we don't take those actions. You ain't going to go anywhere. It's like that rocking chair, right? Doesn't matter how fast you rock, you ain't going nowhere. The stationary bike, stationary. No matter how fast you pedal, you ain't going nowhere. So let's look at that. Are we trying to wander? Yet we hop on that stationary bike? Yet we get in that rocking chair? What is that? What is that? Okay. Let's do that overall. Therapy Thursdays. Have a look here. Thirsty Thursdays. Thirsty for that knowledge of ourselves. It's our gifts. There we go. Aha, the Heyoka. Oh, I thought I had to find somebody that I could train. Let me laugh at myself. We don't take that action. Let's laugh. I know what I need to do. This is what I want to do. I've trained. Oh, maybe you have trained. Maybe you've gotten ready. Maybe you've taken that schooling. Now. I take that action. I'm too afraid. I can't do it. I've been dreaming about this my whole life. What if I fail? Well, let's laugh at ourselves, because we all go through that. Every single one of us. Even the greatest actors on the stage, they all make it look so easy. People can make things look so easy. It doesn't mean it was easy. Right? Look at us all walking now. Right? Looks easy. But do we take that for granted? Because there are some people that confined to wheelchairs, that need braces to help them walk. Do we take that for granted as well? That we have the ability to wander on our own. Some people cannot without that assistance from outside. So let's laugh at ourselves there. And even if we are bound in that chair, there's other ways to wander. We can go on those journeys in our minds and go deeper inside, right, to heal those wounds there. And as we're doing that in ourselves, we're not only healing the generations before, we're healing ourselves, the generations that came before and ahead. Healing is effective in all directions of time. I don't know, so they say. What do you believe in that? But if we don't ever do that, how will we ever know? If we just sit here and wonder about it and we don't take action, how will we ever know? Right? That card came up and said action, action, action. Action in those relationships. Sharing how you feel. This is the way we know. If you think you're going to keep something hidden in relationships because it might ruin that relationship, that's the kind of relationship you want to be in. Whether, again, these are all of our relationships, not just the partner that we live with or intimate partners, but intimacy, into me I see, is a lot more. It's not just sex. We have intimate relationships with our therapist because we're seeing parts of ourselves that we've never shared with anybody else. It's those deep relationships, those connections that go beyond just that superficial, that don't just stay on the level. They get down into those deep dives. And we laugh because we can't take action for somebody else. We need to do that for that little inside. So laugh if you think your action is going to change somebody else or this or this or that. We all do it from our choice. Right? Power over is an illusion. We really don't have power over anybody. It must be given to us by that free will. And whether we know it or not, right? We're making that choice. Again, did you go to the movie saying, I'm not going to buy popcorn? And then all of a sudden you wanted some popcorn? What is that? We need to see those behind the scenes too. And are we doing something? Are we trying to do something in a manipulative way to make somebody else take an action that we want them to take, that we think they should take? And we're imposing our will onto them? What is that? See, the opposites. We want our children to grow up and whatever, but are we confining them, trying to mold them and keep them into one way? What is that? Woo! I don't know. Let's carry on and see. Let's reflect some more on that. What action's going to come from that? Reflecting, going deep in, deeper, going deeper. Weirdo. That hour of power connecting. Do you do that? You take that time to connect with spirit, to your source, to your true intentions, to that joy inside that we all have it. We can learn from joy or suffering. Haven't we had enough suffering? Isn't it time we switched to joy? Well, I don't know. What do you think? Maybe you enjoy the suffering. I don't know. Some people do. To each their own. But then find somebody that wants to join in that with you and not imposing that on others, right? We can all be happy with our own little fetishes and quirks and whatever, but it's when we start to try to impose that on others. When we think that there's one human being that can control everything and knows the best for all and blah, 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 right? Whatever that is. I don't know. What is that for you? Tap into that inner knowing, that inner wisdom. Salmon doesn't know why it keeps swimming upstream. I just know I must do this. Right? And it's for that life that it just keeps going with that inner knowing. But if it didn't, why am I doing this swimming upriver? Forget that. Back to the ocean I go. Would salmon's life continue? Would the life of the salmon continue? No. So if we don't follow that, well, are we living life or are we just surviving life? That just popped into my head. What's that inner wisdom calling you to do? What's that inner wisdom? Those things that bring you joy. There's that inner wisdom. Follow that joy. Follow that bliss. Not the superficial. It's not the superficial. And it's not about, ooh, I got the material thing that I want. It's a deeper inner wisdom, that deeper joy that cannot be taken away. Right? That energy that comes from Father Sky and Mother Earth and mixes in us, and then we share that out. Isn't that beautiful? I don't know, the bridge, the earth and sky connection. What is that? And each and every single one of us, no exceptions. Absolutely no exceptions. We all belong here, yes you do. How do you know it? Because you're here, aren't you? You feel that beat in your chest? Hey, you feel your breath. You're breathing. You're alive. You're here. You belong here. You have important work to do here. Everyone is important. Even the worms that aerate the soil. Right? I believe the least should be paid the most. They're not the least. They do the most work. The dirtiest work. The ones up there that don't get their hands dirty, why are they getting paid the most? They got dirty hands. They got blood on their hands. And they keep it going because they want to keep going by these systems that are so outdated that we're not set up for fairness and equality. No matter how much they say that, right? They can say so many truths for you to believe the one lie. What is that? I don't know. Working on the relationships in ourselves, in our little intimate relationships, personal relationships. It's all we can do, and hopefully it takes that ripple effect on the outside, okay? Right? The system needs to be made fair for everyone. Okay. What's that action that we can take in our own lives? Because that's all we can do. We can't control the world. We can't control this or that, whatever. We can put in votes, but really when it comes down to it, right, there's nothing we can control, just this one human being. Okay? We can't change anything outside us. We can change our mind, how we look at it. We can change when we got that stress coming out. I'm excited. We can calm that either way. Stress or excitement, we don't want our body having those extreme reactions. Let's keep it calm, even keel. Of course, we need to push those limits because bodies were meant to be, right? We have to go into those modes every once in a while. But we can do that in safe ways. What is that for you? I don't know. What's this action? Actions in relationships. The part that we play in it, because it's the only part we can do anything about. Yeah, okay. Hmm? Hmm. There. That one? This one. Okay. That's it, the original source. That's where it all comes from. We tap into that, not another human being. Okay? Another human being is not the source of life. Let's have that rebirth. Be fully, holy, and true. Right? That action. Right? What were you designed to do? Antelope went to Creator and said, oh, I see the people are cold. They can have my skin. I see the people are hungry. Let them eat my flesh. Right? It's offering. This is what I have to offer. We offer that best. We offer that gift. We see what goes along with what we have, what we were already made with. That's how we share. So, being reborn into that true, full, whole version of you. The highest vision you ever had of yourself, 42, right? Into that hour of joy, being rebirthed, to know that we can learn from joy, not suffering. Being be reborn to peace on earth begins within. Each and every single individual, no exceptions. If you're not finding your inner peace, there's one person on earth that isn't finding their inner peace. But it doesn't stop the all. This is still going to go. We can be drunk, kicking, and screaming, right? Or we can turn around and go, hey, I see it. I see it. Okay. Whatever. We free will beings. Free will. Ain't no mystery in that. The original source of everything. When Big Bang, there's all different versions of that. Every day. Dawning of the new day, right? Every night. The death of the night. The dawning of the day. What is that? Just keeps going. We're all going in that same directions. So the action. Tap in to the source. Go through this rebirth. Do it consciously. Consciously. Write yourself a eulogy for your old self or whatever. Let them die or bring them along with you. But not as old baggage. If they're not seeing the new ways, if they want to keep pulling you back, then that's it. They can be thrown into the fire. Purifying those thoughts. Aligning with the highest vision you ever had of yourself, that Source had of you. We're all made in the likeness, image of our Creator. No exceptions. No exceptions. No exceptions. No exceptions. Where we want to split this one over here. Over here in the east for illumination and clarities. Okidokily, 2410 I saw there. The moon launch, retreating. Retreating, right? We need to take that time. If we're going, sometimes we need to step back, right? Rebirth. There's the laughing. We think we need to keep going. Sometimes that action doesn't look like action from the outside. There's lots going on the inside. What is that? So take that time to retreat and integrate. Look at, here we go, the rainy days, and it's raining outside. That hour of power, tap it in, right? And that's how we get the usable energy, right? The frog call in the rains and the thunder beings for that usable energy. Ribbit. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. A ribbit, ribbit. Ribbit. A ribbit good. Do, 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 do. That's a whippet, isn't it? Not a ribbit. A ribbit good. What is that, right? Calling in, purifying those rains. Listen to that soothing sound of those frog strokes or whatever. Right? We need to retreat sometimes. Enjoy the sounds of the rains. Listening to it, washing away our pain. Love the sounds of the rains. Ouch, okay. What is that for you, okay? Is there something you're trying to make happen? Right? Try to force things, right? In relationships and this or that. That's when we need to retreat. Look what's going on in your life, in your relationships. What is that wisdom that's trying to come up, that inner knowing? Sometimes we get that inner knowing of when it's done, right? And relationships can get stagnant or whatever. Sometimes things need to be rekindled. Sometimes it's time to move on because we've learned as much as we can from this situation. And it's time to move on. Otherwise, we keep stagnating our growth, right? And then we start blaming the other person because we're not listening to our inner wisdom and then an internal timing of when to leave or when to go to, or what is that? What is it for you? What is that? Is there a relationship in your life that has run its course? And the longer you stay in it, the more miserable you're getting. The more you're seeing that other person as less than divine beings. Again, because if we start getting angry at others, we need to look at ourselves. Because everyone belongs here. Everyone. No exceptions. It doesn't matter. We joke at ourselves. We think we're better. We put ourselves better. Even as victims, we can say, we start thinking that we're better than the abusers. But where did the abusers learn that abuse from? We're in these cycles. All of us. No exceptions. We all need to look at it, how we're replaying it in our lives. How are we judging? How are we accepting? How have we become numb to abuse? How do we ignore it? How have we accepted it? Even all these anti-bullying things. But we're still being bullied. The bullies are still getting glory. What is that? And then the victims are shamed. And we got to get tougher skins and all of that. What is up with that? Again, you think that you haven't been, we all have at one time, making fun, whether we're children or whatever. Let's look at all of our actions. Our actions, we are not. We're innocent, yet we're not. Right? We're innocent, and yet we're not. So we need to look at all of our actions that may have hurt somebody. Recognize that call to go within and look at that. To take that action, to be forgiven, to go, make amends, whatever that is for you. Or maybe it's that prayer. Maybe we all need to make amends with ourselves, with that little inside. Because Source was always forgiven. Automatically. Okay? Because they laugh at us. They see the humor, how hard we make it for ourselves. They keep trying to survive, and all they need to do is live. What is that? When you get that call, do you take your action? Or do you just laugh at yourself? Oh, I don't deserve that. I'm not worthy of it. I feel so silly for even dreaming so big. Those unlimited visions. How do you hold yourself back? How do you hold yourself back? And then do you try to hold others back? Because, oh no, wait a second. They're doing what I want to do. And then that's just going to show that I'm not doing it too. So come back here. Come back here. Please, don't you do any better for yourself. Because I don't want anybody to see that I'm not doing that for myself. I don't know. Look at that in yourself. That's our main points. Do we recognize that call? Do we take action when we recognize that call? Do we get quiet enough to even hear the call? Because everyone is called, only few actually listen. What is that? Everyone is chosen, but we have to be willing to do what we're chosen to do. What is that for you? Let's look at that. What's that inner knowing? What brings you joy? That's one clue to your purpose there. What brings you joy? Right? And others too, right? So it's not just benefiting you, it's a benefit to others too, right? Salmon goes up that stream because it benefits all of salmon, not just the one salmon. So what is it? What is it that brings you joy, that not only benefits you, but those around you too? Because when we're tapped into that, wow, right? That's what our children need to see too, is us happy. And again, even if you don't have any children, you're still having an influence on children. Children are around you, children see you, you have an influence in some way. The inner knowing, what's that inner knowing calling you to do? Okay, and this one wanted to flip. Oh, and I bent it too. Sage is a self well expressed. Okay, dream and vision wonder. Sage is a self well expressed, to be the highest version of yourself that you ever dreamed possible. All right, so we're sending out that dream and vision and wonder. It's going over her. Putting it over here with that attainment. That attainment. It's the dancer. It's the world card in the traditional deck. On number 21 on that one. The attainment. The dancers in the wind. What's in the winds of time? Dancer in the wind of time. You attain that. You've got everything you need. We're looking inside, reflecting that inner wisdom. Once we see that, we tap into that jewel, that gem that we are. We can go dance on top of the world. Look at that. Women who run the world. Girls. We're balancing that out, though. Because, through all race, religion, and creeds, who's got the shittiest end of the stick? The women and the children. Women and the children. Now, it's no shame and blame. We need to look at that, but that's how our society has been. Okay, the inner wisdom goes against it. Knows we need that nurturing. Knows we need that joy. Yep, we war against that in ourselves, right? Greatest war is within ourselves. If we stop fighting in ourselves, we're going to stop fighting outside. Maybe. Is that how we attain that world peace? We all need to find it within. We all need to make that decision for ourselves. For ourselves, because we won't maintain it if it comes from the outside. It's not maintainable if it's forced upon us. Even if something is good for us, we have this natural thing to rebel because we have a free will. We need to make up our own minds. Otherwise, it won't last. Nothing will last unless we make that commitment inside ourselves, unless we join with that source, because it's a source that's infinite. It's the spirit that's infinite and unlimited. Our bodies are limited, right? So let's enjoy this now. Peace on earth begins within. What's the action we can take now? Once we call and we tap into that inner wisdom, we recognize that call. What's our action? Join with that great spirit and that rebirth. Relating to power. We're looking at that. The action is taking that look. How do you relate to that power? Do you build it up within yourself first? I know that it comes from outside, so I'm going to empower myself with these energies of the earth and this spirit, that usable energy that's there for everybody, that unlimited source of energies here, right? Spirit is limitless. Again, even our earth, limited. So, where do we draw from? How do we relate to that power? How do we share that out? Or are we trying to grab it back out here because we think we're cut off? We think we're cut off, right? What is that? I don't know. But how do you relate to power? That's the action to take. We're looking at that inside, that action. How do you relate to that power? What do you think of that? Being reborn, death and rebirth. What is it that you believe in? Your own personal beliefs, and how do you relate to that power? How do you relate to your own power? Are you so afraid of your own power? Are you afraid of being all-powerful? Are you afraid of being really weak? What is that? Eagle the flyers. You need to free yourself and fly with the eagle. They will mount up with wings like eagles. Free your mind to fly with eagle the flyers. And look at, there's a little hummingbird up there too, which is joy. Joy, joy, joy. I got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Down in my heart. Down in my heart. I got the joy. Right? Whatever that is for you. What brings you that joy? Right? And somebody else might, is hopefully it's not hurting others. We can look at that. We can look that for yourself. It's not others. Again, we don't go around judging others. No shame, no blame. No shame, no blame. Let's not play a game. Right? That alluring through opposition. You know that it's already there. Right? I already have my gift. It's already inside, so I'm acting from that place where I have that gift. Maybe we're not there yet, but that's how we're relating to that power. We're going to take that action knowing that it's there, believing and having faith that it'll work out, believing that that step is going to appear as we step out onto that ledge. Okay? Like the great, what is the Indiana Jones, right? We know we have that gift. So alluring through opposites. We might not believe it, but we keep going. We keep going, acting as if, because that is a part of us. Until you feel that in there, right? What is that for you? I don't know. What does that say to you? How do you relate to your own power? How do you relate to the ultimate great oneness divine power? What is that? Whether you call it, right, the space matter, right? Your heart is home. Coming back to your spiritual family. Tapping into that first source, right? Because first there was light. First there was nothing. The thought, whatever. What is that for you? I wanted to see if it's under that one too. Right? Everybody's coming in with their gifts to offer. Bountiful harvest. That's how we attain that. We see everybody sees. Everybody sees they got something to offer. And are you offering it? Are you keeping it to yourself? Are you hiding it? Are you hiding out whether you think it's not worth anything or with, only a certain few? This is for the elites. And, you divide and separate that way. What is that for you? What is that for you? Again, right? The division starts in ourselves. So how are you defining yourself from everybody else? Are you listening to those calls? Are you taking those actions? Are you laughing yourself out of it thinking you're not worth it? Maybe you're projecting them on somebody else too. Maybe they want to do something that you wanted to do as well. So, no, I'm going to sabotage that. Maybe we don't even consciously think that. That's why we need to become aware of all our thoughts. Are you aware of every thought that you think? Every thought has some power. There's power in them thoughts. Some say every thought is a prayer. So become more aware of what you're thinking. Clear that mind. Hear that quiet. Hear that quiet. It's a still quiet voice inside that guides us. You quiet down enough to hear that voice. Right? How do you express yourself? Are you loud out there trying to prove who you are? Or are you just being who you are? Let's just be who we are. We've got nothing to prove. Got nothing to prove. Let's just be who we are. Okay, whatever that is for you. Love you. Because how can you be loved for you, wholly, fully, and true, if you don't let anybody see that beautiful, unique being that is you? So be you, fully, holy, and true, or else the world misses out on that gift that is you. Yes, you are a gift too. Thank you for being here. Oh, bless you all so much. Biggest heart hugs ever. Yes, I love you. Empower, not overpower. I believe in you too. I believe in us all. We can do this. I believe in the higher power. I believe in being born again. I believe in dancing. I believe in singing. I believe we can all find that peace inside. I believe we're already on a peaceful world. Peace is already here. Peace has always been here. Peace and love. What do you choose to tap into? Love you. Wonderful, blessed day. And thank you. Thank you. And thank you. Thank you. Love you all. Thank you.